Hi, everyone. We are so thrilled to be hosting this live stream mini series we call Live Behind Your Screen once again. My name is Shireen, and joining me today is our friend Pamela.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us once again for another session. Make sure you join us next Tuesday at 1 p.m. for our final episode of this mini series. We are streaming live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Just make sure you follow Prospect Software to always stay updated. Also, keep an eye out on the comments section after today's live stream for some valuable links that will be posted so that you can continue to learn more about your favorite real estate companion solution.
That's right, Pamela. Now, before we get to this week's episode, let's just do a quick recap of last week's episode, which was all about Prospect CRM's action plans. Now, I have to say that this impressive feature is specifically designed to lighten your workload and double your success rate. But there is so much to know about action plans. There's so much magic surrounding this feature that we strongly encourage you to head to our help center and discover some of that magic for yourself.
Absolutely. And this week's feature is all about your CRM's dashboard, your command center. It brings everything together so that you can see the whole picture of your real estate business. For the sake of this episode, we'll look at the dashboard in two sections. One, which will be your roadmap to success, and the other, which has all your tracking tools. Now, when you first log into your CRM, immediately what you are met with is, in fact, that dashboard. So as you guys can see here, once we log in, that's exactly where I land. Now, the daily summary at the very top of your dashboard includes a snapshot of your day ahead. Underneath that, the virtual assistant feature helps you stay on track by working smarter, not harder. And on the left side of that, we have those tracking tools I just mentioned, right? We have the contacts tracker, we have the hot sheet, and finally at the very bottom, your stats. So you can really manage and track your success. Are we ready?
Oh, definitely. I sure am. So, first up, ladies and gentlemen, is the daily summary, naturally at the very top of your dashboard. And this is the first thing you should take a look at, excuse me, when you open up your Prospect CRM. This feature displays an overview of the day you have going on for you ahead. So, here is where you'll be informed about birthdays you should be celebrating with customers or with family and friends, your appointments of the day, including your showing schedule, as well as all the planned activities you have, like making up that follow-up call, sending out that market report, basically all the activities you have to do today. Now, to view the details of the summary, simply click on the right icon, whichever one you want, and you'll see a list. And once you see that list, you just double click on the item to mark as done. So we're going to go in to look at, I think you clicked on property showings, right?
Yeah, we have
Well,
one right here.
let's go see what our showing schedule is like today. We have one visit scheduled. I double clicked on the line, and this is what I see. So I've got the description of the property, where I'm going, my contact who I'm visiting with, the listing details that are there. And I just want to mention a pro tip here when it comes to property showings. Did you know that with one click, you can update the selling agent with your client's feedback? I know this is so awesome. So once the showing is marked as done, you can use the showing results drop down menu and choose your feedback from a list that's already there. And then once your feedback is ready, you can send it by either clicking email to the listing agent or send results through your showing manager. In this particular case, it's Showing Time that's integrated. So all you have to do is, once you're in there, you've done your property tour, it was a success, your market is done, you send your feedback right away, and next. You don't have to worry about anything else.
And that's really a great way to be able to manage all your appointments in one convenient location. Directly underneath the daily summary is one of the most powerful features of your CRM's dashboard, or really of your CRM completely. It's the built in virtual assistant, designed to help you work smarter and not harder by making sure you're following up with the right information to the right people at the right time. Your assistant helps keep you organized by reminding you when your queued items are due. So your business flow is effective and purposeful, and it leads to more closed deals. When actions and activities are due, whether they're things you scheduled individually or it's from an action plan, they will appear within your virtual assistant where you can mark them as done or keep them there as a gentle but firm reminder. As you guys can see in my virtual assistant, I have quite a few things that I should handle today. I have a follow up to do with a buyer seller client, and I can either click follow up done if I've already spoken to them. Now, if I haven't had the chance to yet, I can actually use the built-in action menu. And when I tap on it, you guys see all the options I have. I can schedule a call, schedule an appointment, shoot out an email, or even start an action plan. I also have a few other activities, such as an appointment I had with my client Alex, as well as another follow-up text about a market report to another one of my clients. And it's very important to mark your activities or your follow-ups as done as they come up, because sometimes it will trigger another activity. If it's in an action plan and you have to mark it as done before the next step can be taken, you really need to, or else that other step won't come to fruition, right? So it's very important to always make sure you're up to date with all your appointments, what you've handled, what's done, and what's next on your plate.
Exactly. And like Pam said, it's really important to mark them as done because they may trigger a different action. Now, you have to understand that both the daily summary on top and your virtual assistant pulls all the information it needs to put forth for you from your settings, from your different sales stages, from your launched action plans, from your calendar entries, from your contact files, and so much more. So basically, the virtual assistant, being the brain of the CRM, pulls all the information that is due, scheduled, or due, and puts it right there for you to do it. So once you've done it, it's important to mark as done. So in case it is pulled from an action plan, then it definitely will trigger something else. So it's just to keep in mind, these two core features can be thought of as your roadmap to success, okay? Because they're there to guide you, they're there to encourage you to work efficiently by focusing your energies on results rather than relying on your memory and a little bit of luck, right? Okay, now let's move to the left, to the left, to the left. Isn't there a song like that, Pam? To the left, to the left,
to the right.
Yeah, okay. Sorry about that, folks. Pam, I think your microphone may be scratching on your clothes.
Oh, sorry about that.
No problem. So if you are hearing a hissing noise, it is not the rattlesnake. It was just Pam's microphone. All right, so we're off to the left of the dashboard where we find our trackers. So the first thing we see, top left, is the contacts tracker. This is a beautiful graphic that lets you basically admire the scope and quality of your database in just in a glimpse of an eye, right? So I look at my contacts tracker. I've got a total of a little shy of 180 contacts, and they're categorized as 50% are past clients, 24%, 11, 8 seller clients, unqualified leads, etc. We've seen sales stages before. You know what they're about. If you need a refresher, go to our help center. It is all there. Now, by looking at this tracker, it's also the fastest way to access a group of these contacts by sales stage, of course. With just one single click, you can either click on the graphic or you can click on the list type, which is right next to the graphic. So once a group is selected, from there, you can take any action you want, like sending an email promoting your services, maybe sharing a hot new listing, or sending a classy virtual card. So let's just do this. Let's do just that. So let's pull up the list of past clients, Pam, which makes up basically 50% of my database, which is awesome. And from there, we're going to select everyone. So by clicking the little checkbox, the one that's next to name, you select everyone. We're going to go to the red action button. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to send them a virtual card thanking them for their business, and of course, asking for a referral. So once I've selected send virtual cards, it'll bring me in my library, my virtual card library. I'm going to go down into categories, and I'm going to select thank you. I think it has one that says thank you. That's right. So I'm going to choose the roses because roses always make you feel nice and special. So I'm going to click that template, and then I'm going to go ahead and add and click on next. Now here's where I'm prompted to write my text. So we've came up with a text, short, sweet, basically, thank you. Let me know if anyone you know needs of my services. Once you've typed up your text, you're going to click next. And then you'll be prompted to validate your list of recipients. So from there, it's going to pull out the same list that you selected. From here, you can add anybody in particular. You can delete some of the names that you don't want on there. So for the sake of the purpose, for the purpose of the exercise, we're just going to keep everyone there. We're going to click on next, and then it's going to show you a preview. So this is a nice part because it's really fun to see what your recipients will see. So once they open up their email, this is what it'll look like. So you've got, thank you. It was a pleasure working with you. If you know anyone, please send them my way. You've got your name, your email, and your phone number. It's ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and click next. And now I have an option to either send my virtual card on today's date, which is right there prompted March 22nd, or by clicking on the calendar icon, I can choose another date. But we're just going to keep it for today because it's nice and sunny. I don't know where you guys are, but we're in Montreal and it's a beautiful spring day. Everybody would love to receive a virtual bouquet of flowers. Once we've set that up, we're going to save. We're going to click save and closed. And that's it. It's done. We've sent a virtual card thanking our past clients for their business and asking them for a referral. Perfect.
It's a really convenient way to always make sure you're reaching out to the right group of contacts. Like we said, you can access any list from that tracker. So if you wanted to maybe send out another email talking about the benefits of owning a home right now or the competitive mortgage rates available to your qualified leads, you can do that just as easily. Now, we're going to take a look at the hot sheet found right underneath your contacts tracker under that color wheel. This constantly updates to show you real-time market activity within your preferred areas and time frame. You can choose up to 10 areas to track, and you can get information on 1 day to 30 days of updates. So you can see, for instance, the new listings of the past 24 hours or month. It's also an advanced version, really, of your Matrix and Prospects Mobile and MLS Touch hot sheet feature, because this hot sheet feature also allows you to filter by property type, by category. So if you only want to look at residential real estate, that's all you're going to see. And it also allows you to access all your CRM communication tools directly from the menu. So you can, within an instant, send a new listing that's caught your eye or that coveted listing that just had a price drop. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Just like that daily summary, we're going to start by clicking on the icon we want to access. So in this case, my price drops, which is 58 price drops. And for any of you following along, this morning it was at 45. So I definitely think the market is going well. Definitely time to jump on a property. So we're going to access that list. And as you guys can see, I have all the properties in questions here, their current price, the status, and so on. And what I'm going to do is just select whatever property it is that I want to send out. I'm going to click action and send by email. Now, the next step is really crucial. It asks me what information, if any, I want to include about this property. I'm going to leave it as is. I love having as much information as possible for my clients. Transparency is a very big thing for me. So I want to give them as much as possible. So once I'm happy with that, I click next. And then I actually get to create the email itself. So we start by selecting a contact on the upper right-hand corner, and I'm actually going to send this to Mark Adams because he's been looking at this condo for quite some time now. His email is automatically added. It's automatically generated. The listing, of course, is linked to the email. And now I can change the subject if I want. So instead of leaving it as the address, I can just put new price drop, really get his attention. And then I have the text of the email. Of course, I can just type something up, but I can also use those amazing text templates. I don't know if you guys were with us when we did our 5 days of prospects over the Christmas holiday season, but we talk about those templates at length. I would suggest you check it out in our playlist or even on the Help Center. But from here, essentially what I can do is pull up an already created email and dispatch it as is. So I don't have to worry about typing anything up or anything like that. It's all there and ready to go. So I have one here under my buyer list called Touchpoint. I'm going to just delete this little insert area because I don't need to. I have the listing added as an attachment and I'm ready to go. Once I'm happy with that, I can click send on the lower right-hand corner, and it is immediately sent out to my client, and they can access it, look at that listing, ask me any questions they want, and get all the information they could ever imagine.
That's so amazing. And again, as always, every single communication back and forth you have with your contacts is tracked in their client file. So if ever you don't remember, did I send them that price drop, you can always open up their contact file and all the communications we've had with them will be there. Now, the advantage of having this dashboard, like Pam said at the beginning, it's your command center. Not only is it visually there to show you what's going on, but you can also take direct action instant without having to go into a certain setting or without having to go into a different tab, or obviously without having to leave your CRM and going into Matrix. This is a lot of fun. Now, last but never the least is the feature called My Stats. Now, they're obviously not my stats, but they're your stats. Now, this, my friends, tells your story. It has your story with a quick and easy access to each of its chapters. This is your inventory and your personal market trends. At a glance, this is where you can prepare your value proposition with a bang. So you can prospect purposefully, you can brag if you can, and if you can't brag as much as you'd like, maybe just take a glance next door to the virtual assistant. Are there any missed opportunities you can get back? So basically, this is an overview of Prospect CRM's dashboard, and I hope that we've proven once again why CRM Prospects is simply your best one-stop shop for all your real estate success. It's a wrap for us for this week. And Pam, you have some stuff to add?
Yeah, so make sure you join us next Tuesday for our final episode of the mini series. We actually have some very special guests. It's going to be a great and unique session with a lot of information. Definitely a huge value add for you to join us. And if you can't join us, you can always follow along a little later. Those links I mentioned at the beginning of today's session will now be added into the comments so you guys can access them. Take a look at that help center and all our resources. Once again, thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next week. But until then, take care.